Chapter 01-02. In 2017, Tokyo, Japan stood as a vibrant testament to modernity, its skyline dominated by towering skyscrapers that seemed to scrape the heavens. Amidst the throngs of people scurrying about their daily lives, a figure moved with a certain nonchalance, navigating the bustling streets with an air of tranquility. This figure was none other than Satoru Makami, our main character, whose presence in this urban jungle would soon weave a tale of intrigue and discovery. As Satoru strolled down a particular street, his surroundings buzzed with the energy of a city perpetually in motion. Despite the chaos surrounding him, Satoru remained unfazed, his mind seemingly occupied with thoughts unknown to those around him. Little did he know, his seemingly ordinary stroll through Tokyo would lead him down a path of unexpected twists and turns, forever altering the course of his life. Satoru Makami Pav. Let me introduce myself, I'm Satoru Makami, just an average 37-year-old guy. Yep, still a virgin. And you know what, I'm alright with it now. After striking out 3 times in the romantic relationship department, I've come to terms with the fact that maybe a girlfriend just isn't in the cards for me. Surprisingly, I've found peace with that. So here I am, chatting with Tensura, a junior colleague who's eager to show off his new girlfriend. It stings a bit, seeing him flaunt his relationship, but hey, that's life, right? We all have our own paths, and maybe mine just doesn't include a romantic partner. But who knows, life's full of surprises. Still, can you believe this guy, rubbing salt in my wounds? Well, looks like he's about to introduce his girlfriend to me. Better stay focused, can't mess up the first impression. Senpai, this is Miho, my new girlfriend, Tensura introduced, a sense of pride evident in his voice. And Miho, this is Satoru Makami, my senpai. As their names intertwined in the introduction, I couldn't help but notice Miho's poised demeanor, a stark contrast to the unease I sensed beneath her polite facade. Well, hello, I greeted with a congenial smile, masking the curiosity within myself. My name is Satoru Makami. I've heard whispers about you circulating in our circles. What rumors? Miho's voice quivered slightly, betraying a hint of apprehension. Before I could delve into the subject, a sudden noise interrupted our conversation, leaving the room charged with anticipation. Little did they know, there were no real rumors, it was just my playful attempt to pull their leg. After all, I had to get back at Tensura somehow. Kya! A sudden, piercing scream shattered the ambient noise, sending shockwaves through the air. My eyes darted around, scanning my surroundings until they locked onto a hooded figure sprinting toward Tensura, a deadly sharp kitchen knife clutched tightly in their hand. Acting purely on instinct, I threw myself between them, shoving Tensura out of harm's way with all the force I could muster. In that instant, a surge of agonizing pain tore through my body, a visceral reminder of the danger I had just embraced. Gritting my teeth against the searing sensation, I glanced down, only to be met with the chilling sight of the blade embedded near my kidney. Hot, it's so hot here. Confirmed heat resistance acquired successful. And now I feel cold. Confirmed cold resistance acquired successful, further improvement merging of heat and cold resistance. Successful thermal fluctuation resistance acquired. Blood, there is so much blood, I don't want this, if it did not stop then I will die for sure. Confirmed creating body that does not require blood. It feels like I am being torn apart and combined again. Confirmed unique skill degenerate acquired successful. It hurts so much, like someone just attacked my soul directly. Confirmed soul attack resistance acquired successful. I feel so much pain. What is this? Is it because I got stabbed or hit the street hard? Is this physical pain or what? Confirmed pain nullification acquired. Confirmed stab resistance acquired successful. Confirmed physical attack resistance acquired successful. What, why can't I feel pain anymore? Am I already dead? No, I can still feel my surroundings, but there is just no pain. Am I saved? But I can still feel that my life is fading away. What is happening? Anyways, I don't have time anymore, I need to destroy the evidence of my lustful deeds. Struggling because of not having enough energy, I somehow managed to talk. I gasped out urgently, PC, my PC data, my browsing history, whatever it encompasses, I need it wiped clean. Summoning every ounce of strength left within me, I turned to Tensura, my voice strained yet resolute. Tensura, there are 2 pro. Me, cough cough. I managed to fumble few words, but wasn't able to complete the sentence and coughed some blood. Senpai, what are you saying? Tensura's voice trembled with concern, mirroring the turmoil raging within me. First and foremost, I beg you to obliterate my hard disk entirely, leaving no sign behind, and dismantle every aspect of my PC until it is but a memory. Spare no effort in erasing the data, erase all the data from the existence. And second, take care of your girlfriend and yourself. Promise me that you'll make I said to him in urgency, but can't finish myself as I ran out of energy. It seems I am dying. Can't help it, but I am still a virgin. That's the thing I regret the most. If I were in a magical world, then I'm sure I would become a sage, at least. Confirmed extra skill, sage, acquired, successful. Maybe if I make some more efforts, then I will become a great sage. Confirmed extra skill, sage, evolving, extra skill, sage, evolve into unique skill, great sage, successful. If I were to be reborn, I'd transform into a predator, relentlessly pursuing women, akin to a starved individual pouncing on food at first sight. Confirmed unique skill, predator, acquired, successful. Confirmed unique skill, starved, acquired, successful. Confirmed both skills share similarities, further improvement possible, integration of starved into predator. Successful unique skill, gluttony, acquired. Or maybe a historian who has all knowledge on Earth, whether it be past or present. If I were in a magical world, then it would be possible to have knowledge of the future too. Then, I would know about all the mangas and animes that have yet to be released. Confirmed unique skill, historian, has been acquired, successful. Confirmed further evolution possible, integration of historian into great sage, successful. What is this? This endlessness. I can neither feel life nor death, there is no pain but neither any sensation either. It's like an endless void or something, where everything ceases to exist and there is nothing besides me and my endless thoughts. It feels as though I am becoming one with void. Confirmed unique skill, void, acquired. Confirmed void attribute acquired, successful. It was a mistake to turn down my friend's invitation to our old college hangout, which we jokingly called the underworld. The name stuck because younger students saw our group as a sort of mafia. Now, I wish I hadn't said no. I miss the chance to catch up with friends and relive old memories. The bond we shared was special, and I regret not being there to enjoy it again. Confirmed transporting the soul to the underworld, successful, due to physical body is not present. Individual acquired spiritual attack resistance. Hold on, did I just hear something about reincarnation, like in anime and manga? If that's the case, then I want to be reborn with the potential to become the strongest and have a keen sixth sense, able to sense enemies from afar. I wish to be reborn as a primordial demon, as I've read in some novels that they are the most feared and strongest demon around. Removing restrictions on individual for evolving into higher races, successful acquiring sixth sense, insufficient data, reincarnating as a primordial demon, failed. Ah, man, why not let me become the primordial demon, please? Request confirmed, failed. Repeat attempt, failed. Repeat attempt, failed. Repeat attempt, failed times millions of times. Confirmed sending into the soul in the past, successful reincarnating as a primordial demon. Thanks. I wonder how my next life will be. And why am I feeling so sleepy all of a sudden? No, I can't sleep. I need to reincarnate and bang some women. I can't sleep. My women. Third person POV. With that, Satoru Makami died, unknown to everyone except two persons, the holy will of nature, the true God, the creator, the Star King Dragon, Veldanava, and our protagonist, Satoru Makami. His soul transferred to another world, known as the Cardinal World, situated at the center of all creation. Third person POV. Once, before the existence of creation, there was a place known as the Void. This place marked both the beginning and the end of everything. It was an infinite expanse, filled with nihility energy, the most superior and potent energy in all of existence. Within this void existed an entity known as Veldanava, the god, an entity beyond imagination. Initially alone in the vast emptiness, Veldanava wandered aimlessly, unaware that his very being was gradually beginning to absorb that nihility energy. However, he lacked the ability to fully harness its immense power. Using what little nihility energy he could control, Veldanava created two new energies, Null and Stardust. These primordial forces became the building blocks from which he created the world. After relinquishing his omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence, Veldanava incarnated into a lesser version of himself. Although this new form retained both omniscience and omnipotence, it was far weaker compared to his true self, possessing only a fraction of his original power. Despite this, Veldanava effortlessly orchestrated the creation of the world and its intricate systems, shaping existence with unparalleled precision complexity. This world consisted of infinite and complex layers, including omniverses and multiverses in each layer, all overseen by a system known as the Voice of the World (VOTW). This system was bestowed with absolute power and authority, second only to Veldanava himself. The Voice of the World transcended everything within existence and is unbound by any constraints, not even space and time. Existing outside of the fabric of creation, it acts as the ultimate overseer of his creation. However, after completing this monumental task, Veldanava made a profound decision, to relinquish his remaining omniscience and omnipotence. Why? Because he recognized the risks of retaining such absolute power and knowledge, risks such as inevitable boredom that would arise from knowing everything before it happened and possessing limitless power. Veldanava was aware that he was not a true omnipotent being, as he could sense the presence of entities stronger than himself. However, neither he nor these entities were aware of each other's true identities. In his realm, Veldanava perceived himself as the strongest, yet he acknowledged the existence of other beings, whose identities and capabilities remained unknown to him. Through his observations, Veldanava was able to deduce that, despite their immense power, these beings, like himself, lacked true omnipotence, true omnipresence, and true omniscience. Now, we observe the being known as the Creator, deep in contemplation, pondering the current issues at hand. Veldanava Pav. As I ponder deeply, the mystery of the eighth primordial demon grips my mind like a perplexing puzzle. Its sudden appearance has disrupted the peaceful balance of creation, stopping my exploration of the layers of existence and everything within them. The Voice of the World, why would it suddenly create the eighth primordial? I seem to have knowledge about this, but my previous self seemed to have removed it. I can sense that some of my memories and information are missing. Perhaps this is for the best, a necessary step for the future. But still, the eighth primordial demon. However, what fascinates me the most is the discovery that the soul of this demon has traveled through time and space, not just a few thousand years, but countless years, spanning trillions of years. Even though I have relinquished the majority of my powers, I can still sense the delicate interplay of the existence. It is an interesting twist of fate that this wandering soul has found its way here, to the beginning of time itself. This is when the foundation of reality is just beginning to form, and the world is only starting to take shape. This phenomenon is only possible because the Voice of the World transcends time itself. For it to send this soul to a point before the beginning of time is within its capabilities. Luckily, it is still early in the world's creation. Right now, it is just me, a few of my earliest creations, the primordial spirits, the Spirit Queen, who has yet to awaken, and a few other things that exist. It also seems that, after traveling back, this individual has fallen into a deep sleep. This must be due to the strain of journeying through time. After all, traveling through time takes a tremendous toll on one's body, even for someone strong. Considering the history of this soul, it is nothing short of a miracle that he was able to withstand such a journey, survive, and retain a few skills no less. However, his soul now requires time to stabilize itself once again, and I doubt this will happen anytime soon. At the very least, it will likely take a few hundred years. As a primordial demon, he came into existence just before the concept of time was created. Now that the creation of time has been completed, does this mean he is older than time itself? No, he is as old as time, as there is only a moment's difference between the instant he came into existence and the beginning of time. Haha, this is exactly what I wanted, to experience new things and reflect on them. This is far more interesting than staying in that void and doing nothing. I should focus on creating other things, such as different worlds. But before that, perhaps I should place a barrier around him to ensure no one harms him. After all, what if other demons attack him before he awakens? How would I be able to observe him and ask the questions I have in mind? Also, if there is an eighth primordial demon, that must mean there is also an eighth primordial angel. To maintain balance, the Voice of the World must have created the eighth primordial angel as well. However, if it is the same as the others, it is likely lacking a strong ego, just like the other primordial angels. Maybe I should investigate this in person. For now, I'll leave. But when I return, my attention will be entirely focused on observing you, primordial silver, argent. So, make sure to entertain me. Third person Pav. After many years, in a world cloaked in an ominous sky, having jagged cracks, and towering boulders lay scattered across the land. The landscape resembles a desolate wasteland, akin to hell itself. In a secluded corner of this unknown world, a figure begins to stir, awakening from a deep slumber. This individual is none other than our protagonist, Satoru Makami. As Satoru rises, the barrier surrounding him dissipates into thin air without his knowledge. As he stands, his form becomes clearer, a striking blend of both femininity and masculinity, a captivating presence amidst the harsh and unforgiving backdrop of the wasteland. His awakening signals the beginning of our tale, a journey filled with intrigue, challenges, and discovery in the unforgiving terrain of this forsaken realm. Argent Pav. Ah, where am I? My head feels heavy, and my thoughts are all over the place. It's like I've just woken up from a deep, endless slumber. Wait, who am I? What am I? My mind feels foggy, as if it's struggling to piece things together. Flashes of memories flicker, disjointed and unclear. Oh, right, I am Satoru Makami. Yeah, that's who I am, or who I was. The realization hits me like a tidal wave. I've been reincarnated, haven't I? This isn't my old life anymore. It seems I've truly been reincarnated in another world. I slowly get up, my body feeling strange, unfamiliar. The surroundings are dark, chaotic, and oppressive. This place, it looks like hell itself. Ominous sky, blackened land with cracks and valleys stretch endlessly, and towering boulders lie scattered across the vast terrain. The landscape resembles a desolate wasteland, and an atmosphere so heavy it feels like it's pressing down on me. Does this mean I'm a demon now? Is that what I've become? Or is this some kind of cruel joke played by someone, or something? But wait, if I'm a demon, that seems obvious enough. But the question is, what kind of demon am I? Could I be one of the primordial demons? Those legendary beings I've read about in stories. Let's see. Yep, I am a demon, but I'm still not sure if I'm primordial or not. Well, I guess I'll figure that out eventually. But first, I gotta check how I look. I mean, I don't want to look like some ugly demon, like those background characters you see everywhere. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Dot dot dot. Whistle whistle. Damn, I've become beautiful, and handsome. Yeah, I look hot. I like it. I mean, I now look like a 15 to 16-year-old teen, with long, silvery blue hair that reaches the middle of my back. My attire consists of black pants, a shoulderless black and gold shirt adorned with a fur scarf, and a black houri featuring gold accents along the sleeves. The true demon lord outfit. Wait, how do I even have these clothes? Anyway, I look so good right now that I can bet if any girls saw me, they'd be drooling over me. Now let's see what this hell has for me. Dot, 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 dot. Time skip 90 days later. Well, it's been quite some time since I got reincarnated. I don't know exactly how long, but it should be a few months at least since I woke up in this world. Since waking up, I've done nothing but take strolls here and there, traveling and exploring this strange place. So far, it seems to me that I'm pretty strong for a demon. I mean, all the demons I've encountered so far have been easy to defeat. Compared to them, I'm strong, but I'm not sure how I'd fare against others. After all, I haven't encountered many demons yet, just some lesser ones. Since I only woke up a short time ago, I'm still new to this world and don't know much about it. Also, I discovered that I have the ability to absorb others. When I touch them and think about absorbing them, a black mist-like substance appears from my hand, and they get absorbed. They show some resistance, but, well, in front of a mighty being such as myself, they are no match. Just a while ago, though, I encountered two interesting demons. Unlike the others, they weren't colorless, they were black. Most importantly, they were intelligent. They could talk. Sadly, they weren't interested in conversing with me. When I tried to initiate a conversation, they outright attacked me. Of course, I fought them, but to my surprise, they had some interesting abilities. One of them wielded flames, and the other used lightning. When they threw their attacks at me, I thought I was done for, that my new life was about to end. But, once again, to my surprise, their attacks didn't affect me in the slightest. After that, I beat them to a pulp and absorbed them. Pretty cool, right? Ain't I amazing? Well, whatever, but I wonder, where does all the stuff I absorb go? Answer: it is stored in the isolation of the sub-skill of the unique skill gluttony. What? Where did that voice come from? It just came out of nowhere. Hey, you, who are you, and where are you? Answer: I am known as the unique skill Great Sage, and I reside within the soul of the individual primordial silver, Argent. Oh, if you're within my soul, how come you didn't respond sooner? Answer: No questions were asked. Hey, that wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know that there's someone inside my head who can talk to me? No response now. So, you're just going to stay quiet? Okay, anyway, so I have a unique skill, Great Sage, that can talk to me. It has a monotone voice, almost robotic, but there's a faint hint of femininity in it. Referring to it as it feels a bit rude and awkward, especially since the voice has that slight feminine touch. Yeah, I'll address you as female since there's a feminine vibe to your voice. Well, aside from that, she also mentioned that I have another unique skill. Wait, do I actually have another one or even more than one skill? Hey, Great Sage, do I have any other unique skills besides you? Answer: yes, you have 4 unique skills in total, including Great Sage. They are Great Sage Gluttony, Degenerate, and Void. Gluttony and Void, sounds interesting. Tell me more about them in detail. Answer: the effects of the unique skill Gluttony are. After that, she told me a lot, particularly about the abilities of my skills. For instance, the abilities of Great Sage Gluttony, Degenerate, and Void are as follows. 1. Great Sage. Sub-skills. 1. Thought Acceleration. Raises thought processing speed by thousands of times. 2. Appraisal. The ability to appraise a target. 3. Parallel Operation. The ability to detach thoughts and analysis of phenomena. Detached thoughts are also under the effects of thought acceleration. 4. Chant Annulment. When using magic, the chant is no longer necessary. 5. All of Creation. The ability to comprehend any non-concealed phenomenon in this world. Depending on the things the user understands and the information the user knows about, additional information can be inferred. In other words, the user needs to see the phenomenon at least once. 6. Knowledge. Provides access to all the knowledge from the previous world, including past, present, and future. The future here refers to events following Satoru Makami's death. Additionally, the common knowledge of the current world is also accessible. 2. Gluttony. Sub-skills. 1. Predation. Absorbs the target into the body. If the target is conscious, however, the success rate greatly decreases. The affected targets include but aren't limited to organic matter, inorganic matter, skills, and magic. As a part of gluttony, predation can now be used from a far greater range. 2. Analysis. The absorbed target is studied and analyzed. Craftable items can then be produced. If the required materials are present, duplicates can be produced. In the case of successful skill or magic analysis, the same technique can be acquired. 3. Stomach. Where all absorbed targets are stored. Items produced via analysis can also be stored. Anything that is stored in the stomach is not affected by time. As part of gluttony, stomach's capacity is doubled. 4. Mimicry. Replicates the absorbed target's appearance. The skills and abilities used by the target can also be used. However, this depends on the successful analysis and acquisition of relative information regarding the target. 5. Isolation. Harmful materials or unnecessary things for analysis can also be stored. They will be used to replace magic energy. 6. Corrosion. The ability to decompose the target in conjunction with predation. It also has the ability to add the abnormal condition of decomposition. There is a chance of acquiring an ability after consuming only a part of a target's body. However, the chance of that happening is less than consuming the whole body. 7. Receive. It is possible to acquire skills from the subordinates under the user's influence. The original owner of the received skill will not lose the skill. Magic and knowledge cannot be transferred. 8. Provide. The user can grant an ability to the subordinates under the user's influence or linked to the user's soul. It can only provide skills that the target is compatible with. 3. Degenerate. Sub-skills. 1. Synthesis. Transform 2 differing targets into a single object. Can be used to chain the effects of several skills together, earning the user new skills with significantly less effort than would otherwise be required. 2. Separation. Releases the properties inherent to the target and separates them. Examples include but are not limited to depriving a person of skills with the exception of ones bound to their soul and removing foreign objects such as entities attempting possession or toxins from the target's body. 4. Void. Sub-skills. 1. Chaos energy. It gives access to a highly super-dense chaotic energy which is extremely hard to control. 2. Eyes of chaos. Allow user to nullify, destroy any or every type of attack towards the user, including magic, skill, physical, mental-based attack. 3. Spatial manipulation. it allows the user to control and interfere with the space around them based on the user's proficiency. At its most basic level, it allows for the same portal-based teleportation afforded by spatial motion. More advanced applications include teleportation without a portal with spatial transfer and blocking others from performing spatial abilities to restrict their movement. Pretty cool, right? These are the abilities I have right now. I was shocked at first when I heard about these abilities. After all, they seem way too OP for someone who has just been reborn to have. Anyway, all of creation. Does that mean I know everything, everywhere, with no effort on my part? Yada. Or so I thought. It turned out that the ability only provides information related to things I've already heard about. In other words, I need to recognize and understand a concept before I can perform a full analysis of it. Well, that was a bit of a letdown, but it's still an incredibly useful skill. Forget about that, and the spell thing, did that mean I could instantly use any magic once I learned it? And, like, there was magic in this world and stuff. The great sage replied with a big yes. I mean, I know it was foolish if you thought about like I've literally reincarnated as a demon, so it's natural that there should be a concept of magic and stuff exists here, but still I am pretty excited to learn it. For someone like me, who has always wondered about magic from reading from novels and mangas, this is like a dream come true. I even asked the sage if she could help me cast magic directly, but, unfortunately, that was a no-go. It was worth a shot. Then I asked Sage, isn't it possible to just learn the spell from the sub-skill knowledge to use magic? But she replied that it was also a no-go. She explained that the skill only provides me with common knowledge, and since this is just the beginning of the world, there aren't many things available, so the knowledge is limited. However, in the future, as the world develops, new information will be automatically added to the skill. Still, there won't be any advanced information, as it only grants common knowledge. But, hey, it's still pretty good. It also gives me the knowledge of my previous world. And yes, it even includes knowledge of the future as well. The best part is, I can now watch all the great anime, read all the amazing manga, and dive into all the fantastic novels from Earth. Way to go, Sage. Also, that skill, Degenerate, seems too OP. I mean, with this, there are limitless opportunities for me to create new skills. As for my last skill, Void, I prefer not to think too much about it for the time being. That skill seems too dangerous. I mean, chaos energy, this is too risky. What if I accidentally lose control of it and harm myself? So, for now, that skill is a big no-go, at least until I learn more about skills, my powers, and have a better understanding of everything. Still, I had another great idea. Could I integrate the analysis skill of gluttony into Great Sage? And perhaps link gluttony with Great Sage. That way, the performance of both skills would be increased. Affirmative. It is possible to integrate analysis of gluttony into Great Sage's parallel operation. Do you wish to link them? Yes, no. It seems she can ask questions too, but in a robotic way. Well, whatever. Yeah, yes, do it. Not that I had anything to analyze yet. Wait, or did I? Those demons in my stomach. The stuff I had been absorbing to pass the time. What about that? Not like I had anything else to do. Let's give it a try. Analysis complete. The substances in the stomach are demons belonging to the lineage of Black Primordial, Noir. Primordial demon as in the primordial. And black. Does that mean there are more? And what about me? Am I also a primordial? Affirmative. You are indeed a primordial silver argent. Then how many primordials are there? There are a total of 8 primordial demons, and they are silver primordial, argent, red primordial, rouge, white primordial, blanc, black primordial, noir, green primordial, vert, yellow primordial, jaune, purple primordial, violet, blue primordial, blue, from oldest to youngest. In descending order. I see. So there are a total of 8, And I am one of them as well. Well, tell me more about them. No further information available. What a bummer. And here I was getting hyped over nothing. Then tell me more about the demons that are isolated inside stomach. Affirmative. The demons that are isolated are lesser demons. Lesser demons are at the lowest level of the demon race. They spontaneously come into existence within the demon realm, where they slowly accumulate experience from fighting before eventually evolving into greater demons. I see, so those are lesser demons, And what about the abilities they were using? This flames and lightning, was that magic? No, it was their skills. Extra skill, black flame, and common skill, lightning. So now I also have those skills, huh? Speaking of skills, I remember. Sage, I am giving you full authority over my skills, so make them stronger. Understood. Well, that aside, what about the demons that are isolated? Hey, Sage, could you turn the demons that are isolated into magical energy for me? Affirmative. Turning isolated substances into energy, successful. Damn, that was kinda ruthless, to call demons, substances. So, now let's see what this hell has to offer me. To be continued.